Hey ladies and gentlemen, Casual Crono here. If you see me in the inn here, you know it is time for me to upgrade my team. I looked back at my channel and I saw the last time I did upgrades were December of 25, and we're just a couple of days away from March 26. That means I've had 2 months and some change to save up chant scripts, to collect tomes, whatever I need to do for the upgrades. I'm kind of excited about this one. It's rare for me to be able to splurge a little bit, so that's my plan today. I am going to upgrade 6 characters today. And part of the reason for that, when I finished my upgrade session in December, I'm not upgrading her, I had 39 chant scripts remaining. Since that time, so in 2 months, I've gotten 23 more chant scripts. So I'm excited about that. Since I have so many, and I'm getting to the point, I'm getting to the point where not many of these characters are going to be terribly helpful to me. Like, I'm not needing Milsha's 5-star form anytime soon, unless they announce that there's a Stellar Awakening for an old character on the way. So a lot of these characters have just been kind of sitting around doing nothing. First, an update. There's only 6 characters right now I cannot sidegrade. Sirius AS, I have 3 treatises, so I could buy 2 more. I'm not going to, but I could. Hismena and the Fraggle Rock, as I like to call it. I've gotten 3 codices so far, so again, I could run off and sidegrade her if I wanted to. Lavinia only has 2 treatises, so at the moment I have no way to sidegrade her if I really, really wanted to. But she is pretty new, so that's not surprising. Same thing here. I could get Myunfa Alter AS. Same with Primaya. I'm only 1 treatise away from being able to sidegrade her. And then Shion Alter AS. So many acronyms. I'm 1 away from him. So out of this entire list, if I made use of Nopal's Emporium, I could actually sidegrade anyone I want to, except Lavinia. So I've been very fortunate with treatise drops, codice drops, and so forth. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to sidegrade 6 characters. Been a while since I did that many, and that will still leave me with over 30 chant scripts left for whatever's coming in the future. Starting to feel like Albine on Reddit. Alright, the first 2 I'm going to do are kind of more future proofing. Where is Varys? You all saw me pull Varys in one of my pull videos. I got his 4-star form. I'm kind of intrigued now. It looks like he has a turn start rage, which means at the start of every turn, he applies rage. So that does make him, in my opinion, a viable tank. I'm not sure about the rest of his kit, but one of the reasons I'm upgrading him is because I want to kind of explore what he can offer us. So we now have 5-star Varys, or Varvar, or Varys, or however we want to pronounce his name. I'm going to go with Varvar, because that's what his sister calls him. Alright. Next, and I'm actually able to, I haven't had to do this in a while, but there has been, in the recent live streams, an announcement for a character that's going to get a retro stellar coming up. So spoiler alert if you don't care about that stuff, but you probably should care, because if your character is not a 5-star when he gets his Stellar Awakening, then you're going to lose out on part of his stellar gauge. Good boy Victor. Victor's normal style, Indra, is getting a Stellar Awakening, and it's supposedly coming in early March, so it could be next week even. If your Victor is not at 5 stars, because mine is at 4 stars right now, if your Victor is not at 5 stars and the patch drops, you update your game and you log in, you've lost the chance to get a 1 out of 3 Stellar Awakening. They have to be 5 stars before you download the patch. So I'm making sure that I'm getting one of my Stellar Awakening gauges, or Stellar Awakening points, whatever you want to call it. We are going to go ahead, and I am setting Victor up for success. So those are my 4-star to 5-star characters. Now, next, for the most part, how to word this? There's a bunch of characters that have radical zones. Senya, a free character, is one that can eventually deploy a radical zone. I think his is fire. But most of the altar characters, their altar AC form releases a radical zone. Now, so far, all the radical zones seem to be, I guess, deployed once, and then once it finishes, you can't redeploy the radical zone. And radical zones, from what I understand, are pretty much like normal zones, only they just transform certain abilities into other abilities. So they're not super vital yet, but the fact that I don't really have access to any of them has been bugging me. So I'm going to upgrade 3 altar characters, obviously starting with Donnerith. I'm going to get his Dionysus form, which I believe, if I remember my notes correctly, he deploys the radical water zone. So we are getting him, and we'll have access to a radical water zone. And I think, if I remember right, I've been kind of looking at him for a water tank, but I kind of like the fact, I think he deploys pain or poison, one of the two. And I think it was irresistible, so I'm kind of curious about that as well. Alright, so there was one. Who else in this list should I upgrade? Well, one character that I've been very curious about is Zuka Altar. She has an AS form that looks French, maybe a toil or toile, something like that. I'm horrible pronunciations, guys. You all just correct me in the comments. I'll thank you for it, and then I'll mispronounce it again. But she deploys the Radical Shade Zone. And I don't really have a strong Shade team. I'm not really sure if the Radical Zone changes anything about it, but just maybe having her as a character will open up a few more options for me. So I thought it would be fun to go ahead and get Izuka Altar AC. And then for my third Radical Zone, as overpowered as it already is, I have access to Suzette's Sweet Lady now. And she does a Radical Wind Zone. So I thought, I got a strong wind team. I like Suzette as a character. Let's go ahead and get Sweet Lady Suzette. So that's 5 characters. Who should the last character be? So I now have a Radical Water Zone, a Radical Shade Zone, and a Radical Wind Zone. And technically I have access to Radical Fire because I have Senya. Now, some of the other altar characters I can't get yet. Mayunfa does the Earth Zone. I think Primaya does Thunder. It would make sense if she did. And I don't have enough to do them. And then Xion, he also does a Radical Fire Zone. But from what I've read, Altar AC, or Altar AS, Xion, he's a little clunky to set up. It takes a little bit of time. He's just not that impressive. So I don't really feel the need to get him, especially since I already have Senya. So my last character, ironically enough, I have already gotten all 3 opuses I needed for Nekoko with 2 Ks. You all saw my pull video for her. I tried 5 times, failed. I got a few other nice things, so I'm not really upset about it. But the reason I went 5 times was because it guarantees 1 opus. Well, a few days later, I happened to get to the end of the Phantom Crystal dimension. I got to the Sensationalist, and I pretty much, when I get to the Sensationalist, my plan is to always get an opus if I need one. After that, it's kind of whatever. So I got my second opus probably about 4 or 5 days after that poll video. And then this afternoon, from a random Toto Theater World run, the 3rd opus dropped. And my wife was in there, and I went, "Oh my gosh!" And my wife was like, "What in the world?" And I said, "This opus dropped," and she looked at me like I was crazy. But you know what? I have 3 of them now, thanks to pulling 5 times, guaranteeing the first one, and thanks to Sensationalist, and thanks to stupid dumb luck. So even though... Oh, I guess this is my first time getting ACAS characters. So this is, the sonority? I don't even know what sonority is. Party-wide effects. Oh, well, these are things for me to explore. This is the reason I'm choosing these particular characters. I don't know much about this whole ACAS Radical Zone thing. And there's a lot of things about this game that I don't know. I mean, yeah, I have a channel, but it doesn't mean I'm a super genius on all this. So, alright, well, that'll be something to play with. But anyway, right now, the Nekoko banner is still going on. In fact, at the moment, I have 23 days left of the free stones pool. I don't have any paid stones. So I got the first Yin Yang Cat Opus from the pools, and the other 2 from Dumb Luck already. And I still have 3 weeks left on the banner, so guess who is not pulling on that banner, because I already have her. Nekoko with 2 Ks. And I guess that means I'm going to have that little greeting. Yep.
1 second I'm at the cat shrine. Next time... where am I? And who are you? Hey! Stop staring! Yes! Oh! I can't believe I just hissed at the guy. Calm your paws, Nekoko. Ahem. As the vessel of the sacred beast, I demand you forget everything I just said, especially the hissing part. Now, I believe introductions are in order. I am Nekoko, and I don't play around.
I like her voice. That was a good job. I don't know who did the voice acting, but awesome. All right. So, other things I have done lately. I have awakened all of the Crono Cross collab characters. I awakened Surge and Glenn and followed 77AE's guide to get the remaining star charts that I needed to awaken the rest. So thank you, 77AE, if you happen to be watching. Your strategy worked great. I think I posted in there. But now, I now have a level... Oh, actually, I can level him up right now. And I don't know why I do this. I do this every time. You all see me do it every time. Just, I like being efficient. Now, Victor doesn't have to be level 80 before the patch. He just has to be 5 stars. So this is just extra, I guess. Alright, so now I have a 5-star Varvar. I have a 5-star Victor. I now have a Dunnerith Altar. AC. Oh, does he not? Is he not? He should be water. Maybe he's not staff. Oh, duh. It's not a different character. There we go. Alright. Alright, abilities. Alright, done with Alter AC is ready to go. Izuka. Same thing. I don't know why you all are watching this. This is just like me clicking at this point, but I'm happy that you are sharing in this excitement with me. It's like, oh look, he's adding scrolls. I could be watching so many more entertaining things right now. Alright, and then Suzette. Sweet lady. I've actually heard fairly decent things about her, so I'm really curious. Part of the reason I do this too, one, I like to collect characters and styles, but two, I know that when I was still, struggling with the game and everything, I would see videos on YouTube and I'd have like 3 out of 4 characters or 2 out of 4 characters. I would not always have access to the characters being used in the video. And that was a little frustrating because I'd be like, oh, I could almost beat the boss if I only had that character. And one of the reasons I do periodically go through and awaken all these characters and such, I feel like if you all have questions like, hey, I have Dunnerith Alter AC, could I use that character instead of Annabelle? Because I see Annabelle used everywhere and I don't have Annabelle as a tank. Up until now, I would say, I don't know, I don't have Dunnerith AC. And now I do. So I could actually test out and hopefully be able to answer more questions. So that's really part of it too. So we have a new Nekoko. I think the new one is Wind as well. I guess she's probably level 1. Maybe she's not Wind. I thought Nekoko Alter was all like Wind in default. Oh, let's reset name, and we have a scroll bar now. So ends. All right, she's staff. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, that's right. She's Thunder. That's right. We were all confused when she was released and she was Thunder. Okay, let's see. Now, of course, my Nekoko with 2 Ks is not Stellar Awakened, so I still won't be able to do anything about that. Technically, I could Stellar Awaken her, but I'm not so sure it's necessary. What is her? A Thunder Magic Attack. Oh, we don't have too many things that reduce Endurance and Spirit. That would weaken an enemy, allow you to do more damage to them. And Burst. Oh yeah, deploys an Awakened Magic Zone. Alright, she gets Risk Taker. She blasts something with magic, but only once. And does Buff Reversal. I think her skills are going to be the more interesting thing about her, which, on that note... Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so now I have 6 shiny new characters to play with, and very recently, a few days ago, 5 more Stellar Awakened characters. So I'm very excited. I can't wait to try them out. It's not going to be tonight because it's a work night, but I have this weekend coming up, next weekend coming up, and hopefully Victor Stellar Awakening will be something that's really interesting because I have enough no-pow gems that if I really wanted to, I could Stellar Awaken Victor pretty much on day 1. So again, tip, if you have Victor, if he's only 4 stars, and if you have the chance to spare, you might want to consider 5-starring him, so that way when he gets his Stellar Awakening gauge, he will be at 1 out of 3 right away. And then you can just run off to no-pals, buy the other 2 star charts, and he could be 3 out of 3 on day 1. So always pay attention to which retro character is getting a stellar update. And whoever it is, if you have a chance to spare, try to 5-star them. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it. this particular video, I'm not Stellar Awakening anyone right now. As you saw, I only have 4 All-Cosmos star charts, and I don't have a burning need yet, I don't think, to Stellar Awaken anyone, though there are definitely some people that I want to. And of course, following sessions like this, character quests. Yay! I know some of you like them. They bunch up, and I don't know, they seem like chores to me, but Nekoko's might be fun. She's a fun character, so I might pay attention to that one. Well, I know what I'm doing probably tomorrow evening, so I hope watching this video maybe gives you some ideas, like, you know, why do I choose to upgrade some characters over others, and why I completely ignore a whole bunch of other characters. And now, if any of you have questions about Varvar or Nekoko or Dunrith or, you know, any of these characters, I might give me a little bit of time to play around with them, and maybe I can address and help out a little bit better. So, hope this helps. Casual Crono, signing out.